on the last part, Raditz unveils Goku's true origins. Goku now knows that Raditz wasn't here on friendly terms. Thus, fighting Raditz was an inevitable outcome. Goku had trained hard in the past 5 years, harder than he has ever done before. With a power level of 900, 500 higher than where Canon Goku was at, Goku actually put up a pretty good fight against Raditz by himself. Piccolo is dead in this timeline and isn't there to help. Like usual, Goku manages to catch Raditz's tail, but this time around, he fully capitalizes on this opportunity to damage Raditz badly, sending Raditz packing off the planet. As Vegeta and Nappa decide to come to Earth, Raditz decides to start honing himself for the upcoming battle. Meanwhile, Goku takes his training into the hyperbolic time chamber. Will Goku be able to defend Earth from the 3 Saiyans? Well, these are questions we will answer today on Dragon Ball Z. The 10 times gravity in the hyperbolic time chamber allows Goku to progress rapidly. He hasn't ever trained under such a high intensity for such a prolonged period of time. Many times in the hyperbolic time chamber, Goku felt the urge to exit and throw in the tower. After all, he was all alone inside, and all he had was his own motivation to push himself. But remembering Kami's dying wish, Goku pushes on, unwavering. Raditz meanwhile struggles to find a way to really train himself properly. He didn't have the experience or motivation that his brother has, and Raditz was still pretty cocky that he could best his brother the next time he went over. After all, the last time they fought, he was still quite a bit stronger than Goku, and the only reason Goku won that fight was because Goku managed to catch him off guard. Well, that's what Raditz thinks. A day later, Goku exits the time chamber. His power was through the roof. The intensity of the hyperbolic time chamber was not something to be scoffed at. In 1 year, similar to how Goku's power level went from 400 to 8000 on King Kai's planet, Goku's power here went from 900 to a whopping 18,000. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any of the techniques from King Kai, like the Kaioken or the Spirit Bomb, but his power was a good 2.5 times higher. The remainder days of the year, Goku takes it slightly easier, though he still does train from time to time. He instead focuses his efforts on Gohan. Gohan, ever since the age of 1, had already began his training journey, so Gohan's ki control was already pretty good. Obviously, Gohan's training here won't be as tough compared to what Piccolo had put Gohan through in the original canon of events. But combined with the head start that Gohan has and Goku's constant guidance, Gohan's power was rising very steadily. Chi-Chi herself was also training herself pretty intensely on Kami's lookout, alongside people like Krillin, Yamcha, Tenshinhan, and Chaozu. Just like that, 1 year passes by. Seeing 2 pods pass by the planet he was residing on, Raditz goes into his own spaceport as well. Now, 3 spaceports descend onto the atmosphere of Earth, flying towards the city. Goku doesn't want the fight to happen in the city because civilians could be harmed, so Goku intercepts the spaceports halfway, literally catching them in mid-air and throwing them the other direction. All 3 Saiyans widen their eyes in surprise as their spaceports are sent plummeting towards the wastelands. The spaceports crash and tumble. Vegeta comes out, his fists clenched, now super irritated and mad. He was gonna get back at Kakarot for that. Goku flies over to greet them. Behind him, the rest of the Z fighters including Chi-Chi, but excluding Gohan, also arrive at the scene. both Goku and Chi-Chi had agreed that something like this was still too dangerous for Gohan. At first, Vegeta wanted to insult Kakarot and gloat, wanting Kakarot to understand that low-class Saiyans like him stood absolutely no chance against the Saiyan elites, but that disrespectful act of throwing his spaceport made Vegeta dismiss all formalities, choosing to simply sack Nappa at Kakarot. Nappa runs towards Goku, but Goku disappears from his line of sight. Vegeta manages to follow Goku's movements, but Nappa couldn't. Before Nappa even understood what had happened, Goku had already taken care of him, choosing to simply throw him aside. Raditz and Vegeta were shocked at Nappa's swift defeat. Raditz currently stood at a power level of 4000, around Nappa's level, but nowhere near the likes of where Goku and Vegeta were at. As Raditz slowly attempts to flee the scene, Goku and Vegeta engage with each other. The rest of the Z fighters surround Raditz, not intending to let him escape a second time around, leading to another fight between the Z fighters and Raditz. Goku and Vegeta's fight is pretty clear cut. Goku came out of the hyperbolic time chamber at a power level of 18,000, and after another year of leisure training, he put him at 24,000 of power level. So even without Kaioken, Goku was still a level above Vegeta. From Vegeta's point of view, Goku was like an immovable wall, effortlessly repelling all of his advances. The other fight, however, was more one-sided. The strongest fighter there was still Tien Shinhan at 1830, with basically all the humans pretty close to Tien's power level, besides Chaozu. But Raditz was at 4000, so even outnumbering Raditz 5 to 1, the humans barely managed to hang on. Goku could tell that they were struggling, so he wound up a powerful punch that completely knocks the air out of Vegeta, leaving Vegeta winded as he stumbles backwards. Goku goes over, literally one-shotting Raditz with a punch to his face, as the rest of the humans heave a sigh of relief. Goku turns his attention back to Vegeta, and instead sees a moon above Vegeta's head. Vegeta had created an artificial moon, fully intending to utilize all he had at his disposal to crush Kakarot. As Vegeta transforms, Goku suddenly realizes that he was the one to kill his grandpa Gohan. And sensing a momentarily lapse of concentration, Vegeta fully exploits Goku's momentary weakness as he rushes at Goku with immense speed. Despite his bulky frame, Vegeta's speed as a great ape was still nothing to be scoffed at. Vegeta's power ball, along with the beating that Goku had gave him beforehand, had already significantly dropped his own base power all the way down to 11,000 from 18,000. But a 10 times multiplier from the Great Ape still put him at 110,000, almost 5 times stronger than Goku. Without Kaioken, Goku was basically a sitting duck. Everyone watches on in horror as Vegeta nearly crushes Goku in his grip. The Z fighters mobilize themselves as they try to cut Vegeta's tail off. As usual, Vegeta showcases his fighting prowess and awareness by effortlessly dodging all of their attacks. Well, of course, that's until Yajirobe comes in to save the day, catching Vegeta off guard as he didn't expect a 7th fighter to show up on the team. Vegeta drops back to his base form, severely weakened, but still somewhat in fighting shape. There wasn't any Spirit Bomb to save them here, and even a weakened Vegeta is still leagues ahead of everyone there. Goku was also still too injured to continue the battle. Will the Z fighters be able to salvage this situation, or will Vegeta come out on top? Well, these are questions we'll answer in the next part on Dragon Ball Z.